Weird hand. I think we're gonna keep. Haven't seen any Heliod in last 10 league. Yeah, it's definitely on the decline a bit. New flag fire is due tomorrow, day after that. I'll play it at some point. It's not due any day, sadly, because I'll just play it when I want to. But I'll play it this week probably, unless I end up just loving this deck and play it nonstop. Yeah, 24 lands is good. I think you want just can't miss your 4th land drop in this deck. I mean, it could. It's not even a guarantee, but we also have mana acceleration. Yeah. I do want to play Jeskai, just I'm not committed to playing it anytime soon. Yeah, Strixhaven got Rip Apart, and then it got I think you could play one Prismari command and it won't be that good, but you can play it, I guess. I think Rip Apart is good in Jeskai though. But you only want to play one main, maybe one side, so it's just not super exciting. So I'm not super excited about playing it, you know. Is Gemstone a consideration? You could play Gemstone Mine over one fetch land maybe. So, no, we have one Dismember. You know, I've said this, but when you have a new deck, it's really hard to know exactly what you're trying to sideboard against. Anyways, there's a Windswept Heath on top. I think I'm just going to draw that and then use this Bauble as some more card selection on their turn. But I did mold a 5. They're playing Tron. We probably have an okay Tron matchup with the Karns. Maybe they're a little slow. Top card of my library is Prophetic Prism. I guess I'm drawing the 2-mana spell. With the Prophetic Prism, we can just get basic Forest here. Almost clicked on a Cabin. Alright, so Cabin entering untapped on turn 4 now. Mindstone. So it's Etron. Etron is probably just a... Well, I mean, their Karn the Great Creators are going to be a problem, I suppose. Might be better to just fetch next turn though with the tracker. So I guess we can play this. And then yeah. We do have a Sultai Triome, yeah. It's for engineered explosives, mostly to be able to EE on 3. And also we don't have very many turn 1 plays, so it feels pretty easy to get on turn 1 most times. We have 11 fetch lands. Yeah, I'd love for Prismari Command to be just a little better than it is, but it's just not that good. Yikes. Natty Tron! But what do they have to do with it is the question. Gingerbread Cabin is real good with Urza. It's like Ancient Tomb, but better. Well, they're Eldrazi Tron, so they can't have Ugin. Yeah, it's like a land that makes a Mox, so it makes 2 mana, you know. Yeah, mold a 5 Natty-tron. Probably should have left that part in, huh? They got something big. All is dust, though. That's not so good here, right? Cool. Oh, wait. Yeah, the record counter is working. I don't know where it went. It did just disappear for a second, huh? I think we play tracker here. Gonna wait because they could have Dismember on the fetch. Why is Tireless Tracker? Yeah, the record tracker is an enigma, for sure. Yeah, I wish we could fetch Cabin this turn. That'd be fine. Could just play Cabin next turn. I feel like they would have used Dismember over All Is Dust if they had it. Maybe not. Like, All Is Dust is, you know, a 7-mana sorcery speed spell that is maybe not getting that much better, and then does allow them to double spell. I mean, it depends on the contents of their hand, the contents of their heart, but I don't think they definitely Dismember over All Is Dust. Because this lets them double spell this turn cycle. Karn good. They should probably plus. Well, maybe not. They've got 7 mana. They can get a lot of things. It's Sundering Titan. No, Sundering Titan is 1 mana too many here. Did I add the Sky Sovereign? Of course, don't play the Sky Sovereign and immediately get paired against Etron. Wurmcoil will be pretty bad. You should never minus Karn, though, without knowing what you're going to get. I guess maybe some spots you know you're going to minus Karn. They got their own Sky Sovereign. Makes sense. Makes sense. These... I mean, Dismember would still be pretty bad for us, I suppose. We can spin Urza, though, because we have the cabin. Oh, I was supposed to play the cabin first, though, because to play around Dismember. Didn't get punished. Oh, I guess we could have played the... Sorry, we had 5 anyways. We can play Emry. It's not nothing. Almost nothing. Windswept Heath, bummer. Should we not fetch maybe because of Titan next turn? I would much rather them Titan me than Walking Ballista. Actually, I kind of want them to Titan me. I'm way more scared of Ballista. Shark and Flippers 9 months. Fran, how you doing? Scoos is a 2-drop? I don't think so. I just don't think you can play 2-drops that don't synergize with your artifact plan. We actually have a lot of 2-drops. We have 7 2-drops, and then I think you can also, like, these oftentimes cost 2 mana. So I think the idea is that Chalice is maybe better than Wrenn and 6 in this metagame, and it also has synergy in this deck, of course. So that's kind of the idea of playing just straight Simic. They did get Sundering Titan, which I am actually really happy with, because this means that we should be able to kill Karn, right, without even losing the Urza. And we lose 3 lands, but we have a ton of mana. Yeah, the mana base in the cabin deck was tough too, and so like that's also true that the mana gets so much better in this deck than it was. Although maybe we could play a Crucible of Worlds on the sideboard to kind of have like that Wrenn and 6 effect for Karn. You think Thopter Foundry is fine in this list? I don't know. It's like the thing about Thopter Foundry is that it usually costs you like minimum 6 slots. You either have to play 4 Thopter Foundry Sword, or you know, like you just play like 3 of each in your deck. So I mean, you could maybe play it, but it's not free to play. And I often find that the Thopter package can be like a little win more too. They've got something else. Maybe Chalice on 2. Chalice on 0. Interesting. Maybe Paradox on the Virgin makes it much more mana. Maybe. Maybe even. Probably. Yeah, so we get to kill Karn, which is huge. So glad my opponent just didn't get Ballista. I'm gonna spin Urza first. Ooh boy. So they should probably sack this. I mean, I've got a lot of 0-drops in my deck. They didn't sack the Mind Stone, so I can even kill their Chalice. I probably want to get a Damping Sphere though. So I can kill Chalice. I can play EE on 0. I can Emry to EE on 0, and I can spin Urza again. I gotta get Bridge. If I get Bridge, I'm never killing their Karn. They can plus on boat and kill my Karn. Well, not if I kill their Karn, but they can crew. I could get Spyglass. Get Spyglass, attack their Karn, Spyglass their Karn. Oh no, Karn shuts off their Sky Sovereign. So if I attack Karn, yeah, no, if I attack Karn, their Karn dies. I could get Ballista to chump Sundering Titan. Yeah. I'll just attack Karn. Plus on boat. Ooh, that's a big brain play. I mean, I'm just gonna kill Karn. And then they can't plus on boat. And then we can just cast we can get Walking Ballista to chump block the Sundering Titan. And so we don't have to chump block Urza, and we get to keep our Karn. Then maybe we just Mindslaver them next turn. Bridge just on Titan. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, people keep saying Bridge. I think this line is better. I could be wrong. But the thing is, if we Bridge... we can't kill their Karn and Bridge here, you know? We can't kill their Karn and Bridge. We're 1 mana short, because we can't Cabin. We can't Chalice on 0 to Cabin either, because there's a Chalice on... We can't Explosives on 0 because there's a Chalice. So this is the line, I think. Yeah, second Karn would be really bad, but I mean, good beats, right? They can't crew their Sky Sovereign. Can start Mindslavering them. Yeah, we get to Mindslaver them infinitely starting next turn. They've got a 10 mana spell though. Although if this is Walking Ballista, doesn't do anything. It's Ulamog. Tilt. Huge tilt. Can't believe it. Yeah, bad beats. Good game though. Yeah, good mold of 5 opponent. Okay, game 2. Oh wait, I probably want the second Dismember. Chalice is also bad. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna bring in the Damping Sphere. Lantern maybe is just fine to like cycle with Emry. Oh wait, I don't want the Chalice. No, I'll bring in the Spyglass, I think. Yeah. Bring in Ballista main? This hand's slow, but has a really strong turn 4. We are on the play. I'm going to keep. Spyglass is a good 2 to target. Well, the thing is, when you have Karn in play, Karn is already turning off most of the things that Spyglass shuts off, so... I think so. Yeah, can we play the Spellbomb? Ooh, basic wastes. 0 drop would be a good draw here. Karn's good though. So we're probably gonna go turn 3 tracker. Oh, maybe I was supposed to play Cabin actually, so I can get one more. Yeah, I think I was supposed to play Cabin. Is there a 7 card keep? Okay, good draw. So assuming the tracker doesn't die, we get to go Urza, fetch 4 Gingerbread Cabin, and we can play Karn, but I don't think we can do anything off of the Karn that's super relevant. Should we have a Spine of Isha? I don't know. I feel like I played those cards in Pioneer. I played Meteor Golem in Pioneer, and I feel like I just never ever tutored it. Oh, one card we could play, though, is actually Wishclaw Talisman, because we have a black source. Wishclaw Talisman's really good with Karn in a deck like this, because you can find us Urza. When I have a Wish board, why is it better to select a card rather than leaving the board? Well, in this matchup, like, the Chalice of the Voids are just dead, so I want to have cards that do things. It's more so about bringing cards out in this spot rather than leaving them in. Yeah, but Wishclaw Talisman is actually a card I think I'd like. Let me just actually, before I say it now and forget it forever, I'm just gonna put it in the deck for later. I forgot to do the mana reshaper bit. But yeah, I think that the Wishclaw Talisman's real good. We have black sources, we can get Urza with it, and then Karn also shuts off the Talisman. So I could just plus this Karn. Is there any reason to like... I could Chalice on 0 so I can play Emry, but Chalice on 0 hurts me more than them. I'm just going to plus. Good turn 4. Good turn 4. And next turn we can start the Mindslaver loop if they don't have Karn. Yeah, Cabin is nuts in this deck. Cabin is so good. My innovation to the Urza archetype. And we have a 1/4 to block the Matter Reshaper. Yeah, if they... Oh, Warping Whale. Wow. I've never seen Warping Whale exile Urza. That's pretty cool. And a second Matter Reshaper. Talk about a nut draw. Do I trade here? I kind of don't mind trading. Trading I feel like lets me really no. No. So I think I'm going to play Emry, and if they attack, I'll block with Construct and Emry here. Ooh, Mox Amber. I guess I should probably sack a clue first. Although it's better to play around Thought Not Seer to not. Yeah. So maybe I won't chump block with Emry. We'll see. We lost to Radiant Fountain earlier today. Coming back for revenge. Yikes. I guess the good news... Oh, well, that's a good draw. The good news here is that they don't really have good attacks. If they minus the Karn, we can plus on our coating to kill it, technically. Yeah, you can still tap for mana with Urza, the clues, the foods, everything. I'd love for them to attack. I feel like there's no chance they do. Yeah. Prismari is not a 5th Urza. Not even close. Yeah, Gingerbread Cabin is also really good against burn. That's definitely true. Just like having 4 cabins in your deck. We used to play this deck a little bit and it was nuts. So we can kill Karn by plussing on the coating, attacking with everything. It's not going to be a great exchange for us to do that though. So I'm kind of hoping to get to do something else. I'm not sure exactly what else though. I guess I'll plus on the coating. No. Yeah, if I had another Karn, I'll want to have plus on the coating. Spin to win. Okay. Let's kill Karn, I guess. Karn is just so important to kill. So they'll probably eat my Emry and kill my coating. But I think we've got enough value that it's okay to like lose some value here. This is fine too. We can also, if they just cast Wurmcoil or something dumb like that. Watch them have Tron hit Power Plant. Okay, they hit Power Plant Reality Smasher. We can get Mindslaver next turn and just loop Mindslaver with Emry. Mindslaver was a great suggestion, chat. Really, really good. I'm really feeling it. It's basically Mycon's Lattice. Oh yeah, Emry can also rebuy Coating. Bit better to rebuy Mindsaver perhaps. How am I playing deck that has so many actions but I have up 6 minutes on the clock? I'm a pretty fast player. Part of the reason why the stream is so good, right? Don't have to watch me tank that often. Oh, they're also just... We also have 22 powers of constructs, which is another big problem for them. We know that they have Wurmcoil, Reality Smasher. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they have a line. Yeah, quick. I'm a fast and humble player. What's Urza's Cabin? It's a deck that plays Urza and Gingerbread Cabin. Gingerbread Cabin's so good with Urza. Look, we just have 3 Mox Sapphires in play. Thank you, Noble. I wish I could tag people with like the cards that they suggest, because we've had a lot of good suggestions from the chat. I wish I could give people flair. Like I suggested Mindslaver, I suggested Tail's End. Blue black Trotting Karns. Hold on. Karn, Condescend, Remand, Repeal, Thirst for Knowledge, Panopic Mirror. So where is your... Why don't you have any Time Warps? Why are you playing Savor the Moment with Panopic Mirror? Because you skip your untap step. I don't understand not playing Time Warp instead. I think that's going to be the first thing I say is play Time Warp instead. 10 Matter Reshapers in the sideboard. You'd probably be seeing a sideboard close to this. You should also probably have a Wishcall Talisman in the sideboard to, for your Karn board. But this is cool. This is cool. I'm into it. I don't like the basic Swamp that much. I guess the idea is that you can Expedition Map for your Wishcall Talisman. Maybe it's fine. Might be more interested in playing the blue-black Talisman. Like, not play Relic of Progenitus. We would cut the 4th Wishcall anyway, so play, like, blue-black Talisman. I think you also don't want to play any copies of Exhaustion. I think that card is not good in a deck like this. Cool list, though. I'm into it. Those are my thoughts. Basilisk Collar for Ballista? Maybe. Seems like that will not come up that often. I think we mulligan this hand. Oh, why do I have all these? I should have sideboarded out some explosives. Gonna go to 5. Yeah, I think so. Ouch. Let's keep this. Put back a Rebuke and a 4-drop. But which 4-drop? Probably the Karn. You're just taking infinite turns. You never untap your lands. You need to tap your mirror though, right? You need to tap your mirror. I mean, I would still play Time Warp instead. Time Warp is just the better card. Don't you need to untap your mirror? Can you post links that I'll look at? I don't know. I don't know if I want to guarantee looking at a link. You should just ask. And I'll look at it if I want to, not if I don't. Oh, cast it for free at the beginning of the upkeep. I see. I would still play Time Warp instead. Time Warp is still just the better card than Savor the Moment. But I see. Emry on top. Yeah, I'm only into 5 stinks in a spot like this. If there was a Metallic Rebuke on top, I was going to play the EE on 0, which is why I bobbled main phase. I'm not sure if that was any good. That might be beatable. Meme aside. Oh, I should have bubbled them, sorry. But we need to draw a land. We did draw the land. Now we can Emry at least and maybe get Emry Bauble going. Hopefully the rest of their hand is kind of weak. They don't have Smasher, they don't have Thought Seer in their hand though. So it seems like they have maybe a poor draw. They could easily have a Karn, which is a problem. But just on the mold of 5, just not much else we can do here, right? Oh, we hit Damping Sphere. That's super interesting. It's good against some of their draws. So we're super soft to Karn. They didn't have Thought on Seer or Smasher in their hand last turn. Did they mulligan at all? No, they kept 7. They also kept like a loose 7 game last game. For whatever that's worth. Maybe this is like Ballista kill Emry. Chalice on 2. Well, of all the things we could beat, that is on the list for sure. Especially because we have EE on 0 here. Alright, let me bauble them before I do anything. Yeah, if we just draw a land, we can if we draw a fetch land specifically. Oh, they're drawing Chalice? Oh, I mean, we have this for Chalice, okay. So then drawing Chalice is good for us. There's obviously some things they can have that are good against us here, but it's like specifically a fetch land in the top 2. Oh boy. So exciting. Oh, so exciting. So next turn we're going to go make 4 artifacts with Misty, no, 3 artifacts. Urza, Saki E, Emry back Damping Sphere. This is super exciting. We know one of their 2 cards in hand is Chalice. They can't Chalice X equals 4. Weedy, 6 months, thank you. EE kills tokens. That's fine. Chalice on 3. I think just damping sphere them here is like worth it. But maybe we can actually play in a way that we only kill one of the tokens. Yeah, we can play it. Oh no, we can't because we have to play this fetch land before Urza. So do we play Cabin? So Cabin gives us play Urza Cabin. 1, 2, 3 tokens. We tap EE and Food token to sack the Chalices, and then we can float the mana from the Clue and the Construct to play Damping Sphere. And then Urza blocks Matter Shaper. So we do lose a decent amount from the 0, but worth it, I think. And we have another fetch land for next turn, of course, and another Urza in hand. You can do that with the Construct trick on the stack. I guess I could have done it that way. Oh, I still can. Yeah. Such a hard game. Yeah, I think they just didn't see the line there. I think they made a mistake. Giving it to attack. Wow, what a comeback. This has been crazy game. Crazy game. Yeah, they mulled to 5 1 game 1. We might mull to 5 win game 2 here. Okay, last zone something. Might be a little slow. Might be a little slow. They're also like only have 4 minutes on their clock. They're not dead, are they? I don't think so. I think we're just supposed to go fetch your Cabin, attack with the Construct and the Tracker. Yeah, they're not dead. Not even really that close. So they block the Tracker, we'll set clues. If not, we'll just, I guess we're secking 1 clue here. Now we're secking 2. They hit Mind Stone. So I haven't cast a spell yet. Remember, there's the Damping Sphere tax. I think I'm just going to get another Construct in play here. And then get a Bauble back. And probably not cracking the Bauble, just like having it be a Mox Sapphire, pumping the Constructs is probably a bit more relevant. All His Dust is also like not even that bad for us here. They should sack their Mind Stone, right? If they're gonna Blast Stone on 2, but they might forget. They remembered. Yeah, shout out to everybody. I mean, obviously this is only one match. Tracker's not good in every matchup, but Tracker is really good in this deck, even without Rin and 6. It's just a synergy card, you know? It makes so many artifacts. What's this? Wait, why? This can't be Blast Zone if they're tapping their Tron lands. They should tap their Temples. So they have 7 mana if they sack Blast Zone here, which is enough for like All His Dust. But I think All His Dust puts them dead to the Constructs. Maybe not quite dead. No, we're going to be 1 artifact short. Karn for Bridge. 2 cards in hand. So we can kill Karn by sacking the Bauble and sacking the food. And we also have an Explosives in the yard. But no way to get untapped black mana here. Oh, I didn't sack the Bauble. In response to Karn. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Sorry, chat. Dismember Constructs. That's pretty cool. So you have to get it to exactly 8 power. Oh no, we just do it first then. Yeah, okay. It's been such a hard game, chat. They also have 2 minutes on their clock. It's becoming more and more relevant. And then we can get back the Damping Sphere too. Which really restricts their outs. That would be the second spell we've played, so if we spin Urza, we might actually not be able to cast anything off of it. No, Ballista doesn't kill us also because we have food. We've cast 2 spells, so we could spin Urza, but I guess it's just better to be able to sack food if they have a Ballista. I thought we threw the game away. Crazy match. For a like brand new deck list, a match that's this difficult right off the bat is a problem. Why not spin Urza versus Sphere? I think it's just better to hold up the ability to sack the foods and the clues than spin Urza. Fuck. We do have Metallic Rebukes we can draw into. Well, my opponent conceded, I guess, because of time. Oh, we would have drawn the Metallic Rebuke. Let's keep this. Probably just playing Cabin on 1. No, I don't think you want any more 4-drops like Padim or the Dragon. Maybe Bauble them. See what they're playing. Goblin Guide. Well, we have Chalice. So against Goblin Guide, I'm going to play the Breeding Pool tapped. We're pretty likely to draw a 4th land anyways. Gingerbread Cabin, pretty good against the Goblin Guide deck. Do I think this deck could use a Colossal Dreadmaw? I like Colossal Dreadmaw a lot. Card's very strong. Goblin Guide, no Lurus, by the way. How did you know our opponent's playing Burn? Was it the MTG bot tell us? Or is it just like a correct guess? Just guessed right, sick. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you could play Colossal Dreadmaw in this deck, but then it's like... Your deck's so much more boring because you just have the best card in the format. Well, Eidolon's kind of scary. Bantlurist, Fae of Wishes. I don't know why everybody's bringing up Fae of Wishes today. So you can get Bant Charm, Damping Sphere, Path to Exile, or Pithing Needle, or Veil of Summer. With one Fae of Wishes. I feel like, I don't know, I don't know what cards I'd want, but I feel like those are just so narrow, it seems. Could be wrong. Down to 10. Can Karn for a 2-drop next turn. Maybe just get like Wurmcoil. We can actually sack. They have double Rift Bolts. Sad. We can sack a Gingerbread Cabin next turn off of the Pentad Prism. We could draw Karn. Oh, sorry, Urza. Urza would be the best draw, of course. Doesn't feel that good. I guess actually you just plus on the Pentad Prism, right? So we can block. It's way better. Lurus only taxes the main deck. I see. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Fae of Wishes is good enough, but I'm sure there are spots where it'll be good. But wouldn't you want to have like Rest in Peace or like super effective sideboard cards to grab? I don't know if my opponent realizes that I can gain 3 here. Is there any way to build a Yawgmoth Urza deck? I mean, no, probably not a good one. You'd only be doing so because you're a flavored nerd. Searing Blaze kills us even through gaining 3. Stinks. Stinks that the Chalice just wasn't that good here. We're probably not sideboarding. I guess I'll play probably... Do I want the second Dismember? Nah, don't really ever want to draw 2. This is fine. This is fine. I'm going to submit. I'm going to use the restroom and grab a protein shake probably. Okay, on the play. Game 2 against Burn. Can't mulligan this, so we shall keep it. Get to go... Yeah, let's actually play EE on 1 on turn 1 off of a basic forest. I think Dragon's Guard Elite can be good in Naya Arcanist. I don't know that card off the top of my head. Let me type it in the chat. Thank you. Caster copy, 1 counter. Maybe. An interesting suggestion. I like the idea. That being said, I will say that I don't know how many more 2-drops you can afford to play besides Arcanist, but that card is pretty cool and is maybe just secretly better than Arcanist. Emry on top, huh? I think I'm grabbing a Breeding Pool here, sadly. But that's a cool card. I'm into the idea. Maybe you can test it for me. Report back. Yeah, Donut Queue is full this week. Next week, I think it even has 1 or 2 decks. Yeah, the green Sprite Dragon. Yeah, a bit worse than Sprite Dragon, but interesting card. They have another Eidolon. It's going to be really bad for us. So here I'm going to sack my EE on one, and I'm going to hold up Metallic Rebuke for their 2-mana spell on end of turn instead of playing Emry. Maybe playing Emry is better. Yeah, it's actually, I think Emry's a bit better. I've got the Premier Protein brand. Esther bought a lot of them because they were on sale from Costco. I usually, like, instead of eating lunch, I'll drink a protein shake during the stream, and then I'll eat lunch afterwards and eat breakfast before. But it kind of bridges that gap so I can power through. Get some caffeine in it. Cabin's doing a lot of work here. How do we sack EE and Rebuke? We'd have to you rebuke the Boros Charm, and then on their turn sack EE. I think I want to maximize the chance of drawing a spell, so I fetch and get a force in response. Another Rebuke on top. It's nice. And next turn we can potentially Rebuke and gain life off the cabin. Do I also work out as if for the nourishment? I don't work out that much right now. I'm getting my second COVID vaccine in 11 days. I'm planning to be ripped again after that. I used to work out a ton. And there's some kind of global pandemic or something, and I've been working out less. I'm just gonna get the E on 0 into play here. Been working out less, and I'm really excited to get back into it. I've been talking to my friends. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have just bought some barbells, but I just haven't. Like, Athena also hates it when I work out at home. She just, like, hates push-ups. She hates everything, that's happening whenever I work out at home. So don't usually. Chalice on 2 just leaves Rift Bolts. Yeah, but the thing is, like, they can respond to the Chalice on 2. I think I just want to get the food sacked, especially if they have Skullcrack here. Then we can Chalice on 2 if they Skullcrack in response. They know I have Metallic Rebuke though from Goblin Guide, so they're not Skullcracking here. Land would be really good. We did draw the land. We could Chalice on 2 with Rebuke up. I kind of just want to play Tracker though with double Rebuke up. Double Rebuke if we play EE on 0. Would Fae of Wishes for Big Teferi Jace while in Lurus be a good payoff? I think it's a really cool idea, Kodal. That being said, Fae of Wishes is a super slow card. If you're spending 4 mana at sorcery speed, or in general you could be casting Cryptic or Into the Story instead in those kind of decks. And so Fae of Wishes is super slow. But the idea of, like, getting to play Jace and Teferi with Fae of Wishes is cool. The idea is certainly cool. I just don't know that it's good. I think that, especially because Lurus already gives you that source of card advantage that you're looking for, I don't think it's where you want to be, but I could be wrong. I think the idea is really cool. Just Rift Bolting me, not even thinking about Rift Bolting the Tracker. Don't think I need to counter that. Maybe I could. We would just have all these gingerbread cabins, I guess they could actually go land Riftbolt Skewer and kill me. Huh. Whatever. Good beats. I spoke 15 months. I subscribed 15 months. So I could hopefully get Spike to read this out loud. All your cabins belong to us. Yes, all your cabins do belong to us. Okay, they didn't have the nuts there. Oh, but we have the nuts. Nice. Well, this game's over. Still have to win game 3. Maybe this deck's good. Wish there were some Strixhaven cards in this deck, though. Alright, this should hold them. That should do. Yeah. You can't play any spells, I think. Alright, I think we're resubmitting. Maybe I should play the second Dismember on the draw. I don't know. Dismember is like, it's just not that good. Quadrix Command? Maybe. Not very high on that card. This hand's pretty good if we draw one land. I'm going to keep. Yeah, opponent keep was forgetting to reveal Luris. Sag for them. Nice, we drew the land. So we get to go turn 3 Urza with Rebuke up. It's a good draw. If they don't have an answer for Prism, I guess. But I guess we can, if they have Smash for Prism, we can play Mox Amber and just Rebuke for 1 mana. Yeah, Prism has been a good inclusion, I think. Hey, Squirrelblade. Oh, almost forgot to do the same thing I said I was gonna do, as per usual. Spike says one thing, does another. Keep the stream interesting. Don't think we need to counter the bolt. Or that one. It's all 1 mana deal 3. Cool deck opponent. Probably shouldn't have played Mox on turn 1 for Eidolon. No, you can't. Mox Amber only makes colors, and colorless is not a color. They tapping for blue, white? What? I think surely they just like mistapped. Maybe they're messing with me. Red, white. Yeah, Rebuke Prism is pretty good. Big draw step. Good draw. So now we get to go Urza with Rebuke up, right? Or are we one short? No, we have 3. Yeah. So they have Rift Bolt coming down. I'm not going to Rebuke it because they can pay, of course. We can Rebuke anything else. And then the cabin is just going to be, you know, going to undo some damage. Whatever happened to Lumimancer? Those decks good? Yeah, those decks are good. Those decks are good. We'll play more. Down to 3. They should sack a Islet or Canyon. They do. If they do draw a 1 mana burn spell, I hope it's not the 3rd bolt. So I hope that it's one that we can counter now instead of on their turn. Ooh. What are we supposed to Chalice on? Probably 1, right? Oh, they already have cast a lot of 1-drops. It's fine. Elixir gain 5. We can't do that and Chalice, can we? We just do that. Oh, wait. Well, now we can't Chalice anymore. Oops. Be fine. Oh, we should have attacked. Sorry. The Chalice turns off their haste creatures. But then we Jedi Mind Tricked them, so that's nice. GG. Shout out to Gingerbread Cabin. Will my opponent concede before they make me choose something to get? It's just some big canyon here. No, color would be pretty bad because we have Chalice on one. yeah, I don't know. There's lots of artifacts you can play. I think that color probably just doesn't get tutored enough to want it. All right, 2-0. A couple of close matches though. That goes. Yeah, why did they ban Mystic Sanctuary and just let Cabin run wild? I feel like I don't play Chalice in the Void decks that often. Really broadening my horizons with Prowess decks, Chalice decks. I own a Blink Mothern. Blink Mothern's a cool card. Okay. Another Tron opponent. We don't know what variant of Tron they're on. If they're mono green, Chalice is good. If they're not, Chalice is not good. I'm just gonna play Pentad Prism. I think E-Tron's more popular than Green Tron right now, but I'm not sure. It is E-Tron, so I'm glad I took this line. How am I liking Chalice and Tron heavy meta? I don't know. I thought the metagame was less Tron heavy. I guess I was wrong, huh? I think I can just cast a tracker. I can remove a counter from the Prism. I think I'm gonna remove a counter from Prism, play tracker. And we could also play Prophetic Prism here if we wanted to. I kind of like casting the Prophetic Prism. Could be wrong. They have Dismember, at least they're not sacking their map. We have another tracker. Yeah, just 2 mana Arkham's Astrolabe. Better than Arkham's Astrolabe in your Chalice of the Void deck, right? Stinks to draw 2 Chalice against E-Tron. What's one man to do? Oh, I could Chalice on 3 to stop Boundary Shaper. Well, they're gonna Tron us, huh? We draw Urza, it's so good. Any reason to play Snow-Covered Lands or just like them? I have at some point played Snow-Covered Payoffs in these decks, so they're just kind of there, but my opponent will think about like snow cards, especially because I'm playing a brew, you know, so they'll maybe overthink it a bit. The way I play around Snake in the blue-green deck. Play around potentially Dead of Winter. Unless you miss Arkham's Astrolabe. Oh, I could Chalice on 2. Nah. Stop being whatever that card's called. It's not that good. This isn't the same E-Tron opponent, is it? No. I'd like to buy 1 Urza, please. What do they do with that? Plus, okay. Do they have a follow-up? Man. Why do I have to play against E-Tron twice with this deck? Whatever. We beat it. Shouldn't be complaining. This card is like the best card against us. We just keep playing against it. Ha! Gotcha! If we draw Urza, we're maybe okay. Probably not. I mean, we could just concede. If we don't draw Urza. Yeah, just concede. Alright, we get to cut the chalices and the explosives this time, I think. Might not have enough cards to bring in, but we can bring in Dismember, Damping Sphere, Spyglass, Soul Guide Lantern for Emry, Wurmcoil Engine. We can bring in Aether Spellbomb. And we can play 1 explosives for like their chalices. Alright, let's go. This hand's... We can't mulligan turn 3 Karn, right? Weird hand, though. How did I finish the Modern Challenge? I got 5th. I lost. I was first seed going into top 8, then lost match 1 of top 8 to the same Blood Moon player that we beat in the Swiss. Good player. Big reason to switch up team or just experimenting. I mean, I think that if you're playing Chalice, you don't need to, like, the idea is you're playing Chalice over Ren, so you're not wanting to splash red. But we are just experimenting. But Chalice is also, like, I think a good card in the metagame at the moment, is the idea behind playing Chalice over Ren in this deck. And your mana gets way better, too. So, for these reasons, I'm in. Oh, because should I have played Explosives on 1 to prevent this? I guess so. Like, seems good enough. You don't want to keep Damping Sphere in the sideboard. Usually in this matchup, you're going to want to get Liquimetal Coating instead of Damping Sphere, I think. But the idea, but also, like, it's in this matchup, it's less about what we're boarding out and more about what we're bringing in, you know? It's way more so about bringing in or taking out the chalices and the explosives, which are so dead in this matchup, and just, you know, having like functional cards rather than just a bunch of chalice and stuff, right? Do you need to draw land? Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, yeah, land would help. And we did draw the land. So we get to Karn on turn 3 with Rebuke up. It's kind of nasty. I guess these decks have just never played enough Pentad Prism. After like these couple of games, I honestly can't imagine not playing Pentad Prism in these decks. Been so good with Rebuke. Why not cast Emry? I mean, to cast Emry, we have to use a counter on Pentad Prism there, and that means that we can't Karn next turn unless we draw a land, so I'd rather just guarantee the Karn than get Emry. Yeah, I think we should probably be cutting the Prophetic Prism for the 3rd Pentad Prism. As much as I love Prophetic Prism. Wait, they played Sanctum? What? I mean, we could just explosives this. Weird though. Or block it with Emry because it's just a 1/1. I mean, I guess. Wait, E-Tron playing Sanctum is also like weird, right? Yeah, Prism definitely better with Whir, but very good with Rebuke and Urza and Karn too. Alright, going to game 3. Maybe I want to play the second explosives over the Spellbomb because it hits Ballista and Chalice. Yeah, I played the Blue-Red Dragon in a Blue-Red Dragons deck with Silumgar scored, and I think it's fine there as a one of. Just not that good a card overall, though, sadly. So it feels a little bit too slow on the draw. I'm going to mulligan. That's great. So I keep. If I draw a land, I'm probably playing... I'm not playing Cabin on 1, but if I do draw a land, I might play Cabin on 1. Kind of funny that their Chalice on 0 beats my EE on 0. Weird matchup. Yeah, no ways to make colorless, I think. Could be missing one. I don't think so. This is where chat like guesses a lot of cards in my deck that just aren't in my deck. Hopefully this is Chalice. Looks like Ballista though. I doubt they'd play Chalice on 1 against me. Yeah. I mean, Ballista on 1 here is not scary, really. So I think I'm gonna play Damping Sphere this turn. Next turn we can play Spyglass with Rebuke up, and if we can draw a land, then the turn following we maybe get Tracker plus Clue, maybe Tracker with Rebuke if we don't have to use the land. Yeah, I took the filter lands out, but there was a second where we were gonna play the filter lands, but that was back when we were still trying to fit Cryptics in. But cutting Cryptics makes the mana a lot better, and I think this with Chalice, this feels like a better Karn deck, anyways. Do you have Rebuke up with Damping Sphere? You have Rebuke up on your opponent's turn, but not on your turn. We can't rebuke. I mean, but it's also not very likely we'll need to rebuke something on our turn. Right. Opponent in the tank. Seeing a second Urza's Mind. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because we have Damping Sphere. Should I attack with Walking Ballista, or should I maybe play around Simian Spear Guides, or no, should I play around the 2/3 flash that if you have a forest you can play it for free? What's that card called? I might be misremembering, but I think it's like if you're being attacked by a creature, there's a 2/3 flash that lets you play it for 3 if you control a forest. It might have you control a forest or a plains instead, I can't remember. Gosali Ambusher. How does that card work? You have to have a forest and a plains? Yeah, that card's pretty cool. I've always wanted to cast it without paying its mana cost. I'm also not usually a Sorcerous Spyglass gamer. Feels good to cast it though. Oh yeah, the Red Force. Good card to play around. Kahira Cat's time. I've lost to Cat Tribal before. I think this was pre-Kahira. Lost on stream to Cat Tribal while playing Jund with Plague Engineers in my sideboard. So we know that they have Dismember and Thought-Knot Seer and a new mystery card here. I will Metallic Rebuke Thought-Knot Seer. My opponent is probably performing heart surgery while playing this game, which is what's taking them so long for their decisions, which is fine. We shouldn't pressure them to rush their heart surgery. Yeah, the lag seems to be fixed from Wednesday. I don't think that's what we should attribute to our opponent's slow play. Although that could be maybe what's going on, yeah. Play them with Ephemerate, yeah. That's all it takes to sell me on a deck, of course. Tell me that I can put Ephemerate in it. So we know they have Dismember and a mystery card. We might lose to Karn, but might not even lose to Karn this game. Let's see what we draw. I guess that's one of the answers we have for Chalice is Karn too. Would love to Chalice on 0 to get both of these, or explosives on 0, but we can't do that without a Colas source. I'm just gonna fetch up the Sultai Triome now. Zagoth Triome. Nice that the Ballista isn't like really threatening us here because we have Spyglass, of course. They have Dismember now and 2 mystery cards. A lot of cards that they can't cast. Smasher, Ugin. Maybe not that many. I would love to not play against Etron again this league, but I guess if for somehow we have a good matchup, like maybe I would allow it to try to 5-0. Am I excited or scared by the incoming D&D set? I don't know why anyone would be scared by a D&D set, because there's like no way it could ever affect their D&D game. I'm really excited for it, but even if it's bad, it will have no impact whatsoever on the way I play D&D. Okay, another Thought-Knot Seer. If they unban the artifact lands, you think Cabin will still be better? I mean, it would be better in a lot of spots. It's better on turn 4 with Urza. You probably would play artifact lands instead, but make that construct just huge. But maybe not. In fact, you don't even get that many of them, and you get to like this deck plays like 16 cabins with all the fetch lands. Maybe cabin would be better. It's not like you get to play 20 of the blue artifact land, you know. It's kind of funny to think. Cabin's just probably better. Like, this is 2 permanents, which is obviously the huge deal, right? Okay. Any reason I should sack a clue? I guess I could draw Emry. Not a big reason not to, either. And should I play this explosives on 1 just to get it into play, or should I hold it? I guess I could maybe explosives on 4, because I have Pentad Prism, so I'll hold it. Hope you feel better, Zoe. They still have this Dismember, so if they attack with the Thought Knot Seer, I'll block. But I mean, they're just gonna Dismember. You can also Karn the Chalice if we want to. So we know no cards in their hand. I mean, they only have 1, and we don't know it. And we don't know it. So if I draw a land, I'll probably go Karn plus on Chalice, play EE. Oh, I guess I won't be able to sack EE too because of the Damping Sphere. So I guess we'll go Prism. You have exactly enough to go Prism, EE, and explosives plus blue, green. Explosives plus EE is not a problem. Or sorry, the Damping Sphere isn't a problem here. It costing 1 more isn't an issue. With any number of artifact tokens this deck can make, is there any consideration for one of Karn's Sign of Urza? I don't know. Just like we already play 8 4-drops. Tireless Tracker is also kind of a 4-drop. And Karn's Sign of Urza, I think, would be the worst of your good 4-drops. They've got a spell. Hopefully it's bad. Hopefully it's Ballista, not Smasher. Yikes. So we're taking 6. Okay. Should be safe with that draw. Best draw. So can we go Karn in? Can we go Urza into Karn Bridge next turn? Probably if we draw a fetch land for cabin, we can. I haven't counted. I mean, we're definitely going to play Urza here, no matter what. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure we had enough mana because of the Damping Sphere. We probably do 4, 3, 4, 5. I think we're 1 short. Yeah. So we go Urza. We play Urza, and then if we go Karn, it costs us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're just 1 short of playing Bridge. So we could play any. We could play. We get Aether Spellbomb. Seems good. Shout out to whoever suggested Aether Spellbomb. It wasn't me. What was that? It's like a big stomp. Sounds like something dropped something heavy outside or something. You have enough? I don't think so. No, the bridge costs 5 mana because of Damping Sphere. We don't have enough. We're 1 short. Yeah, did you guys hear that? Whatever that was, I don't know. And then now, in this way, we're not dead to another Smasher. Not too much they can really have. Karn would be like the best thing, probably. Maybe Uget. They're doing some painting on the apartment complex across the street. I don't know if they just dropped something heavy, just a guess. They drew something. Is it Karn, really? It's Thought Not Seer, that's fine. Who needs the second Urza anyways? Not me. So I'm probably going to get Mindslaver next turn. Mindslaver was a great suggestion. Yeah, Spellbomb can tap for its own blue. I think Spellbomb is pretty good, especially in a deck that's like kind of just light on creature interaction. They don't have attacks. They have a ton of mana. Yeah, good with Emry too. Mm-hmm. Alright, it's another cabin. I'm just gonna grab that now. I just concede because everybody hates getting Mindslavered. Nobody likes being Mindslavered. Bridge kind of locks them out. Kinda, yeah. This is way more fun. I'm gonna go score to them. Does it really matter what we hit? I guess we're just gonna hit the tower. Doesn't... Oh, this... Wait, this does keep them off Smasher. They need to draw a land. Okay, well... Our turn again. Might look like we're at 2 life, but we also have 2 food tokens. I should search. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of lazy. Kind of lazy. Should have got Temple. It doesn't matter. We have Damping Sphere in play. Not the wrong land. It's we have Damping Sphere in play. So like no, all lands are waste over there. But I think just like if they can get Blast Zone and kill my Sorcerous Spyglass, I'd rather not let them be able to get Tron. No, we don't have Academy Ruins, but we do have Emry. No, I don't think we need to kill their Thought on Seer to draw a card. We've got Clue tokens, and the fact that they have another Smasher in their hand means that all of a sudden, if they play their other Smasher, we have to use our Aether Spellbomb. Should we be not playing? We should be playing the basic island, but the basic island does screw you sometimes. Maybe Through the Breach, if they say they're a big fan. Could be the Kiki Jiki deck, too. I think that's a bit more popular than, like, the Through the Breach deck with that mana base. Opponent's a big fan, so I'll play around Tail's End. I think they're most likely to be Kiki combo or Through the Breach. I mean, if they're... I don't know. I shouldn't be reading so much into the big fan comment, probably. Could be Polymorph Emrakul. I think if you're Polymorph Emrakul, you play the Dwarven Mind mana base, basically always. They're just going to get all their 1-drops out of their deck, and then Chalice won't do much. Fair enough. Not gonna I'm not gonna Chalice on 0 so I can play Emry. Might play Chalice on 2. Chalice on 2 is pretty bad against Exarch and Takiki though. Alright, so I'll just jam Urza. It's now that I've drawn a second copy. You can play Emry as well. If opponent doesn't counter, but they're gonna counter. Of course. Temple makes you think Breach over Kiki. Yeah, well, yeah. Does Timu's list play Temple? Whatever it is, they don't have a card to play. I'm gonna go Chalice on 2 here, I think, and then Emry. I had trouble figuring out when to put Lurker in hand. I know it's contextual. I mean, it's very contextual. I can't just tell you. I don't have like a clean answer, but you know, the idea I think is going to be that you're going to want to grind your opponent out of resources, and then when your opponent is low on resources, get Lurker in your hand and play it. there's also spots in control matchups where if your opponent can't tap out for anything, or if they could tap out for something but it just wouldn't be that good, then it's good to put Lurus in your hand too. Well, I'm glad they forced the Chalice, I guess. We hit Explosives and Prophetic Prism off of the Emry. And they can't bolt it. Curious why they choose to draw 2 to pitch something to force. Well, maybe they drew Force off of the Charm. I don't know. It is weird, yeah. I kind of just don't want to jam Urza. We can maybe sack 2 foods just to not die. Jamming Urza is probably fine. I think I'm gonna not for now. Yeah, I think they're blue-red through the breach. I agree. Oh, and now they have Prismari command in their deck potentially. It's kind of a tilt. Through the breach instep? Maybe. Seems like a bad matchup. Although we do have Ensnaring Bridge to get with Karn. It's kind of nice. Yeah, after they attack, before they show me they're not through the breaching, I'll just go full price Dismember, which is obviously not good, but it is possible we'll be able to get to a point where we can survive an Emrakul hit, and there are no other targets, I'm assuming, for Dismember. Great draw. Ding Hatashi, thanks for the host, dude. Hope you're having a good one, buddy. We put together this blue-green, I guess we are splashing black a little bit, version of Through the Breach to downstream, and it's been going pretty well. They're going to snap Force. I like the play. I think it's going to work out for me. I like their line. I should play a land before I Urza so that I mean their deck usually plays Remand over Leak anyways, but you know, I could never show my face again if I got by Mana Leak here. Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, good beats if they found their combo. One thing we can do is we can EE on 2 and they'll kill their... It not only will kill their Snapcaster, but it will kill our Prism. And that is actually a good thing here, since we can recur the Prism with it. So they haven't had it so far. They did just get to draw a couple cards. They still don't have it. I mean, they could somehow just be a control deck. Probably not. Rebuke. So Rebuke beats Snap Cryptic. It doesn't really beat anything else. I've been a good gamer. How have you been? They know I have Urza in my hand. I think we just go sack Explosives, replay Prism. Did anyone hope so? No, I don't think it was good to hold up food to survive an Emrakul hit. Because like, we're still just pretty dead to the Snapcaster. I think it's better to just like hope they don't have it for that. Good Strixhaven box, that's cool. Sweet. Second food. Love to draw a tracker, just something to push this Urza through. That might be something. What do I want to play it on? I guess X equals 2. Just so I can play Urza. And then just tap the forests. We can even still play E on 2 just by spending 1 more mana. Although it will stop us from looping Prophetic. Now what? Do I jam Urza now? Rebuke is like totally dead. I'll just put an EE on 2 and play. Oh no, this isn't good. I'm just gonna pass. Let's not play it. Teamwork control didn't go that well. We went 1-2 drop after 0-1 drop, but I also didn't play very well. We didn't run that great, but it didn't go well. Cryptic bounced the Chalice on 1, draw a card. And so now we can't Chalice on 1 again because of the Chalice on 2. Certainly in the I will rebuke anything portion of the game, my favorite portion of the game. Long game. Goodbye, Emry. Served us well. Can we play Chalice on 3? Maybe we can try to save it for Chalice on 5. How much mana do we have? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, a land I can just like cast Chalice on X equals 5. Put a card on the bottom with Temple. Or we could maybe just Urza, resolve Urza somehow. Alright, let's do it. Just gonna cast Chalice at X equals 5. What's on 5 to prevent through the breach? Doesn't mean we lose if they have it exactly next turn, but I think this is more so to, like, if they have a counter spell, then we can maybe get their counter spell out of their hand and resolve Urza next turn. And if they don't have a counter spell, this is gonna be very good against them. I don't think I've ever cast Chalice on 5 before. I mean, their deck is all counter spells. But if we can, if this is Cryptic, I'd rather than Cryptic the Chalice. It does kind of stink that, like, if they kill us this turn, like, we could have survived it by sacking food. Oh, and now we've played the lands. Now we draw the Tracker. Okay, I'm gonna cast Tracker first. I think that if they have the counter spell, they'll another counter spell, they'll counter this, and if they don't, we'll get to resolve Urza here. I guess this is bad against Remand. I mean, obviously a bit worse against Bolt too, but we resolved Urza. Do want to make sure we can sack a food here, but we can spin at least once. They knew about Urza? From what? They remanded it. Oh, yeah, they did remand it. Yeah. You're right. So now we even survive Emrakul hit. I don't survive Emrakul plus bolts, but I can sack 6 per. Do you think playing through the bridge gives anything by boil proof? I think this mana base is better than the boil proof one, because I think you want to play Temple of Epiphany and you want to play Valakut Awakening, and if you want to play Valakut Awakening and Charm, you need to play Cascade Bluffs anyways. And so at this point, I think you just play this mana base. Like, the pathways are really good in this deck. I think that mana base is better. You can play, not completely as in on the non-boil proof, but I really like that mana base. I think it's better. It is also completely painless, which is super relevant in this metagame, taking no damage to your lands. Okay, let me cut the Dismember and the explosives. We can bring in a Soul Guide Lantern, although it gets turned off by Chalice. Do you want to bring in Ensnaring Bridge? Kind of do. Oh, Aether Spellbomb is really good. I'm going to bring in the Aether Spellbomb. Oh, man. This is tough. Yeah, Boil's not as much of an issue. Although Choke is. Choke is played by the Healy. Orb against Snapcaster Click, yeah. Shit. Witchbane Orb seems good? I can't agree. Oh, Torpor Orb. I mean, Torpor Orb turns off my Urza. If it had literally no downside, I would play it in my deck. But it does. Yeah, this is definitely a matchup where for our cardboard was better. Be better for us. Okay, I think that we bring in the Ensnaring Bridge and leave the Aether Spellbomb to get with Karn, because it's the cheaper of the two cards. And we bring in the Soul Guide Lantern. And then we play 1 explosives and the Wurmcoil. Yeah, Triome works with EE on 3. Also helps Dismember a bit. And also, like, you're not playing too many spells on turn 1 usually, so the Triome is fine. Spellbomb only hits creatures. Yeah, it hits Emrakul when it attacks you, right? That's the whole idea. I think I keep this. It's obviously slow, but rebukes are really good. It only hits creatures, the thing you want it to hit in this matchup. And they threw the breach and you bounce the Emrakul back to their hand because it's not a colored spell. It's a permanent. Yeah, hopefully before it attacks you, but you know, whenever you get around to it. Whenever you get. Yeah, we know. I mean, they've basically confirmed in chat that they're playing Breach by telling me they're a fan and saying sometimes you can't find the other half is another small clue that they. Yeah, they're just like really min-maxing their bluff game. Maybe they've been Kiki. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, dude. It would be very next level. I'm still just waiting. It's a bit awkward if they Archmage's Charm and we rebuke. They can kill us if they have the combo. But I think I'm still going to rebuke an Archmage's Charm. And hope that in their 4 cards they don't have untap land through the Breach Emrakul. Oh, whoops, meant to tap the food. No, they could get us with like Spell Pierce, whatever. I'd be so tilted if they Spell Pierce. Dispute is the same thing though. Is Omen still being played in Breach? I think that I had mostly cut them from my list for Valakut Awakening, and like Prismari Command I also think makes you want to play Breach a little bit less. A little bit, you know. Alright, I think I'm going to play Tracker before a land here. I think it is a conversation. Test of Talent sideboard plan. Oh man. Test of Talents would be pretty good against Breach. Yeah, I think Test of Talents is going to be like a very metagame specific card. Don't think we're quite there yet, you know. So we could actually fight over this. An Emrakul attack isn't even that bad for us if they have it here. So if they like Cryptic, I'll, you know, rebuke. They didn't. I might play out EE just on 0 for another Emrakul target, but yeah, I think this is fine. One thing that comes up every once in 1,000 years is your opponent will attack you with Emrakul, and you'll get to sack clues to Emrakul and grow your tracker. It only happens once every 1,000 years on a full moon. But when it happens, it's pretty cool. So if you have time to show up on the full moon every 1,000 years, recommend. They're stuck on 5 mana. Stuck. Sack your clues to Arcbound Ravager. It's pretty cool, actually. Has anybody done that? Don't lie. I know if you're lying and have actually never done that. We drew the 4th cabin. Do you have another dispute? They have 4s. Okay, sure. Fortunately, I'm an immortal being and have time to wait. Hell yeah. Good to hear. Alright, probably not just jamming Karn into 5 mana, but if I have another threat here, like another Karn. Should be good. Maybe I'll just sack a clue. And what am I really waiting on though? Another rebuke. Isn't tapping the clues strictly better because clues don't have tapping part of the cost? Yes, it doesn't matter though, right? I just have enough of either here. But good habit to be in, yeah. So we can Karn here. We can Karn. It's a bit worse if they have the 2/1 body to attack with. Yeah, we can get Spellbomb. I'm not sure. I mean, Spellbomb's just so good against them. Let's probably just get the Spellbomb. Animate Prism to block. It's pretty good against bolts. Yeah, we're not that scared of Wurmcoil here. I like that line. I think this is good. Just get coating. I don't think so. Just so bad against like bolts. Did I see the wild Bardic Lumimancer with Tainted Strike? I didn't see it, no. Did not see it. Oh, actually, no. I might have actually seen Doomwake trying it out. I don't know if you're talking about a Doomwake deck, but I think I remember seeing Doomwake at least think. What is this? Boil? Kill 3 of my lands. I'm glad to see my opponent playing that. So let's bait with Chalice on 1. Then play in Bridge. Cool. Now we can get Coating. So we have 3 more blue sources in the deck to find. They knew we have Bridge? No, they didn't know we have Bridge. We drew it off of the... Yeah, Urza a bit worse up. Guess Reflecting Pool, the land you kill last. Back-to-back Urzas. No, this is going to be really hard. They need to draw Cryptic commands or Prismari commands to get out of this. And they don't have infinite time because we're killing their lands. Why not play the Urza though? I don't. Oh shoot. Probably should wait until I have another blue source before I. So they drew Cryptic and they have another. I mean, I guess they still make them have it. Why would they? I guess they're just hoping to draw 1. Is there anything new about the meta that led to this deck? The idea behind this version over the Teamer deck is that Chalice of the Void in the main deck is good with all the Prowess decks running around. And Prowess was already like a tough matchup anyways, but like Chalice maybe gives you a decent chance to win. And we just wanted to try it out. The list looks pretty cool and solid. Chalice is also just like a good card in the metagame in general and like a good card with Urza being an artifact. All right, we're 4-0. 4-0. I don't have a trophy yet this season. I do have a challenge. Yeah. I don't think Prowess is a good matchup, but mostly the idea is like this is a better way to approach the Chalice matchups, or the Prowess matchups is with. They added a thing to prevent sniping where it waits a bunch of people to queue, then pairs them all at once. Really? Weird. So playing Jun's Shadow. That was a very short time to predict. So yeah, I like to make it if you make it 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you get to predict 3 minutes into match 1 and get way better odds. You know what I mean? You have to make it a short time to predict. Take Karn, wow. Did they bubble me? Yeah, so they know I'm not drawing a 0 mana artifact, I'm assuming. So we'll see what happens. If they Thoughtseize my Emry, I'm not gonna crack the Bauble. If they do Thoughtseize the Emry, cool. We have 3 Engineer Explosives in the deck here, so I'm not too scared of Hex Drinker. Maybe we'll mill over one and Emry it back. But I mean, they could probably kill Emry. Emry's a super fragile card. We milled over Pentad Prism and Chalice. Chalice and Explosives are both really good in this matchup. They have Dismember. Sure. Still not cracking the Bauble. So I just want to make sure I can cast a spell next turn. They might have like a 2-mana threat or something here. Might just leave up removal for Tracker. They know about the Tracker. They don't know about Emry 2. 2 Shadows would be really tough unless we draw Explosives. Although I guess we can't play Explosives. Alright, still all 3 Explosives in the deck. Yeah, we don't have any snow payoffs in the deck. Don't overthink it. Alright, I'll take 10. Guess we're dead to TBR. No, we go to 1 to TBR. Notably, we don't have another blue for Urza, so I'll be cracked. Yeah, the challenge top 8 list was splashing for like 1 Vanishing Verse. It's kind of weird. Splash. No, I yielded till instep. I yielded till instep. Oh, I guess obviously I didn't. I meant to yield. They have Lightning Bolt on top anyways. So if we draw Chalice. No, if we draw Chalice. No, I guess we're still dead. I'm pretty sure I clicked yield to instep. We're dead anyways. Let's bring in the 4th Explosives. I think I just want all those in the deck. I want to cut a Tracker. We're cool. We're collected. It's fine. We have a lot of good cards in this. We have the Chalices, we've got Explosives, we've got Urza, we've got Karn, we have Pentad Prism, we have Prophetic Prism. We can't possibly lose. We have Metallic Rebuke, we have Emry, we have Mishra's Bauble, we have Windswept Heath, we have Wooded Foothills. We have a lot of good cards. We have a lot of good cards. I think we're probably favored on the play. Probably not that. Yeah, our hand was not that great, for sure. I don't know if I'm supposed to bring in the Wurmcoil. Maybe I should cut the Mox Amber, though. Yeah, Emry's just not living. I'm going to cut the Mox Amber for Wurmcoil. Kind of weird to cut a 0-drop for a 6-drop, but Emry just isn't living that often, so I think the Mox Amber is not that good. Alright, can keep this hand. No Chalice stinks, but obviously. No turn 1 discard spell, super nice. And Basic Force is really nice too, because now they can't play Scourge on turn 2. Alright, things are looking up. Things are looking up. Next turn we can Urza into Emry and still have a counter on Pentad Prism. Shocking for their Shadows and Scourges. They'll turn 2 discard spell, and we have 2. It's pretty nice. They should. I think they should take Urza. Maybe they. Maybe if they have a removal spell for Urza, like a push. Second thoughts. I don't like how much they're thinking. They stopped thinking. Good, good, good. How do you feel about just Karn plus here? I feel pretty good about it. Just having it not die to bolt's pretty nice. They don't have too many answers. Could get Mox Amber here and play Emry. Not going to do that, but we could. Also, if they play Scourge here, we can sack Cabin and kill Scourge. Of course, they have Assassin's Trophy. Of course, they have Assassin's Trophy. Tilt. Still in the game. Lots of good top decks. Their discard spells are turned off. Maybe they have to sack Lantern to stop me from getting deck Chalice. We have a Scourge handled with... They did have the Bolt too. They did have the Bolt. I mean, still better for us to minus, but some vindication perhaps. Yeah, I think that we don't have a bad matchup, or at least I don't think we do. I could be wrong. Just like we have 4 explosives, 4 Chalice, Urza's pretty good. Yeah, we can still win this, but it's not looking great. I'm gonna keep the food in play for now. Maybe? Nah. Big draw step. Urza is the best draw probably. Shucks. I guess we can still just keep this unfetched for if we draw Tracker, but I don't want to. I want to play. We'd also immediately cast Bridge if we draw Karn. Yeah, maybe we're in okay shape. We haven't been. We've drawn We've drawn spells the last 2 turns. Our top card is Gingerbread Cabin. Did I say top card? I meant in play card. Gingerbread Cabin. I'm gonna wait on cracking for Urza now. So 2 new ones. Explosives, which is not great because they have Luris, but I shouldn't have played the. At least it's not. Do you think we have to sack now? Then they get to go Luris Bauble or Luris Yeah, I could draw Wurmcoil. Did slide that card in. We have lots of good draws. Karn is a good draw. Urza, Wurmcoil. And they'll know. Breeding Pool. Sag. I know we're not dead on board, but we're effectively dead.